guys, it's Sarah and I'm about to get started on my sketches in Thyme layout for the month of July. So this is the sketch that we are using this week, and this is by Brenda Ragdale. And so for this one, I'm going to use one of my page kits that I pulled for Jen Scow's Zap Your Scraps class. And this is just something I pulled together while I was watching her videos, watching her make her layouts and stuff. And so I thought it would go nicely with this. It's going to be a school themed layout. It's going to be this picture of my daughter Layla from her kindergarten yearbook picture here. And I'm gonna bring out the kind of bluish green background color here. And so I have a lot of green going on. I had this little chipboard green pencil, which is perfect since it's a school theme. And I have a few little you know, just kind of school papers and things that'll go nicely with it. So for this one, instead of using two horizontal pictures, I'm going to be using one vertical picture, and it's going to be big. So this is a 5x7. So that's going to be kind of taking place of here. So I'm going to have to shift around some of the things a little bit, but that's fine. I'm excited to do all these layers and stuff. And then I also decided to use a cut file today. I have this cut file that I got from taking a Studio Calico silhouette class a very long time ago. And this was designed by Lisa Dickinson, I believe, and it's just a bunch of little A pluses inside circles, so I thought that would be cute. And so I'm going to do that. I cut that out of this cardstock here. And I am going to go ahead and get started. All right, so I really like all these scraps that I pulled for this layout here, and like I said, this was for the class by Jen Scow, which is Zap Your Scraps, and so I had pulled a whole bunch of different little scrap papers, and so I'm going to go ahead and use them up, and I really like the way that these all went together. So I have that background paper there, and that came from a paper pad. I'm not exactly sure which one, to be honest with you. It's been a while since I've done this layout, and I'm just now doing the voiceover, but so I didn't write down all my supplies, unfortunately. But many of these scraps here do have the branding strips on them, so I'll try to remember which ones they are. I know this one is Studio Calico here, and it has a bunch of rulers on it, and I had used it as a diagonal on another layout quite a few years ago, I believe, so I was excited to use up this big large piece here too. And since it has rulers on it, it's perfect for school. And then this one is from Studio Calico as well, and this one has some green alphabet letters on it. They don't spell any words, they're just an alphabet cluster, so that's going to go nicely too. And then I have this green wood grain. I don't know the manufacturer on that one, but and then I have this one here, which I think that one is from maybe, I want to say Fancy Pants. It's very old, whatever it is, but that very green kind of design there. Okay, so I'm going to put my picture on top of a piece of red cardstock just to kind of help separate it a bit, and then I'm going to use some Distress ink, and I'm going to end up using this kind of a forest, is it forest moss or forest something? Can you guys tell I'm super prepared for this voiceover, let me tell you. I just didn't write anything down, so I apologize for that. But I believe it's like a forest moss color, and I'm going to ink up the edges of all of my scrap papers, all of them except for the large triangle, but everything else will get distressed, and that's just going to help bring everything together and make it flow really nicely. And also help give it definition so that it stands out, they stand out against each other, since I'm going to have a bunch of different patterns all together. I'm just cleaning up my edges here. And then I am going to go ahead and start inking up the edges. I will cut this out so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do that, but there they are, all inked. And then I'm going to start thinking about my layers, and I do want to make a little bit of a cluster up in the upper left-hand corner, which is what the sketch has as well. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of these, and these are just little cuts from the papers as I cut them down a little bit. So I'm just going to use those little scraps and use them up in the corner as well to help do that cluster. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start getting my layers put down because I like where everything is headed here. So the only thing I didn't do for the sketch that the sketch had in here that I didn't end up doing was the banner element. Some of the papers were cut into banners, and I didn't include those. I just kept them as straight edges. So that's really the only difference here. And I'm going to go ahead and I cut this one in half so that it can go longer across the layout than if it was full. So just a little trick of the eye there. And I'm going to cut my cut file in half as well because it's a 4x6 cut and I want it to go further out outside of Layla's picture so that you can really see that they're little A pluses and circles. So I just cut it in half and then I will have her picture layered over the cut so that it looks like it goes directly behind it. So I'm just using my quick dry adhesive to put that cut file down. And I really like the impact that that makes. So now I'll go ahead and get my picture down here as well. I'm using a lot of adhesive because I'm putting it over a cut file and there's quite a few layers here that I'm sticking it over. So I just want to make sure it's going to stay. And then I have this little sticker from a Studio Calico, very, very old Studio Calico sticker sheet. And I'm just going to stick it along the bottom here. It doesn't have anything to do, I think it's actually like a travel themed, but the colors go nicely with the background paper there. And it's just a way to use it up. I'm just trying to use up some of this stuff. Then I have these little circle stickers, but they don't make it. They don't really go all that well. So I'll save those for another time. But I will go ahead and work on this cluster up here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick down my pattern papers, and then this little graph label sticker here from that sticker sheet is going to go there too. And then I have this pencil, which I want to say that's from crepe paper maybe, from a chipboard sheet that I just saved because it was nice school themed. So I'm going to stick that down there. And let's see, what else do I need to do here? I need to work on my title. That's what I need to do. So I'm going to use these gold tile thickers. And those I think came in a Maggie Holmes collection, and I spelled out kindergarten. And then I'm using these October Afternoon little alphabet stickers to spell Layla is in. So Layla is in kindergarten. And then those gold ones they're kind of like Scrabble tiles, you could say, but they're gold because they have the little numbers on them to signify the points for the letters. So I thought those were cute. All right, so I'm doing my journaling over on the left-hand side here. And I can't believe my baby's already done with kindergarten now. She's going into first grade. And it's just crazy how fast these kids grow up. It's really insane. And now I'm going to pull out a flare badge from just my stash, and I have that one that says today, and it has like a little graph paper on it, and then the today is in red. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to use some red line tape to get that down. I'll stick it right up here, and then I'm going to just push from the back as well, just to make sure it's going to stay with that tape there, because it's not a full flush back. And that's going to complete my layout, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will have a link down below to the blog for Sketches in Thyme. If you guys want to play along, I highly encourage you to. You can also win prizes over there as well. And also to Jen Scow's class. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.